Hello, Baltimore and the world beyond. This is Late Night Baltimore, greatest show on earth. Like and subscribe, would you? Give us support, show us some love, put your comments on the screen if you like. Faz is gone. He is no longer exists. In his place is Fez. He has a going by his name. He's going by a name. The name Fez is not being used. The new name is Dean. That is his name. And it bodes because he is the Dean of NFL knowledge, predictions, and judgments and ideas. He knows the NFL more than the NFL, you see. This episode is brought to you. It's the NFL Mock Draft 2026, Edition 1 from this program. And it is brought to you by none other than wonderful, magnificent Coca-Cola. And if you don't like Coca-Cola, you got some issues. This is just some good shit. This shit is some all-American good shit. Also, the mock draft is brought to you by the young political commentator named Adam Mockler. Get it? Mock draft. No, he's good. He's cool. All right. Let's get to it then, shall we? The first choice, this was compiled by Mr. Dean. Dean is our man in NFL. We aren't using the name Fez for Dean. Dean is Fez. Fez is Dean. We're going to go by Dean. Okay. Let's begin with the Las Vegas Raiders, a team that makes more mistakes than it makes decisions. They will mess this up, but their choice is so clear that it would be difficult even for they to blow this one. And what am I saying? The first choice, a quarterback from Indiana. A guy with an arm, incredible arm, unbelievable. Stays composed under pressure, reads defenses, is smart. The choice is so clear that even the Raiders might not F it up. Don't put it past them to surprise in their ability to F things up. The Raiders, we're going to say, are going to choose Fernando Mendoza. Give a new definition. Redefine the Mendoza line. No longer will it be a standard for mediocrity as it is in baseball, but it will be a standard for excellence in football. The quarterback from Indiana will be magnificent. He can make all the throws, as they say, and then some. This guy can move, throw, think. He's got the mind for the NFL success. Raiders will pick Fernando Mendoza, quarterback. He will be the first pick in the draft. Now, another team that does nothing but make mistakes. Sorry, Jet fans. It was cute when you were in New York and boo the commissioner whenever he'd come to the stage and announce your pick. It's not anymore. You'll still mess up somehow. Sorry, Jets. But the best choice for you would be Arvell Reese, edge rusher, Ohio State. Can really turn your team around with a great pass rush. Even the Jets know this. And they're stupid, but they know this. Great pass rush can turn you from a nothing to a contender or a team that's taken seriously. And besides quarterback, let's face it, there's no more important position than an edge rush, and there's nothing more important besides the great quarterback than a great pass rush to change a team's identity. So even the Jets may make that choice. Third, Phoenix Cardinals. Another great choice here. Ruben Bain, smart if that's what they choose. Now these are the first three teams are very dumb. These choices are so obvious that they may make them correctly. Ruben Bain is from Miami, so he's tough. It's a tough team. He's an edge rusher. Very good choice. The Titans, Tennessee. Another team looking to pull themselves out of it. But they're not always that dumb of a team. They've been pretty good sometimes, here and there. So that would be the third edge rush. David Bailey from Texas Tech. They build them tough in Texas. I can tell you that. And another team being smart and building. If you don't have a quarterback, and it doesn't seem to be a quarterback-rich draft, that's what they say when they just don't know. And edge rush, you can't go wrong if it works out. Now, we are going to a territory that we know, the Giants. The Giants have the fifth pick with John Harbaugh as their coach. And we believe that John Harbaugh is going to pull a little Ravens ghost out of his pocket and make his first draft choice as coach to be an offensive lineman, even though he wasn't there when Jonathan Ogden was picked as the first Raven. That choice made the Ravens one of the great teams of all time. And I think that the spirit of that stay with them. And John Harbaugh is a smart guy. There's no quarterback right there for him. The Giants are going to pick Francis Magoa from Miami, Florida. He is an offensive tackle. And this guy can build a wall. And you got that wall in the NFC East. You can win some games. And I think the Giants are going to be good this year with John Harbaugh. I think he's going to do great things there in New York. And it's going to begin there. Okay. The Giants are not a dumb team. They're a smart team. Sorry we had to make it this black and white how we rate these teams. The Browns are a very dumb team. They are in the same division as the Ravens, so it's okay for them to be dumb. They are seemingly okay with Snyder Sanders or Shader Sanders as their quarterback. Apparently, that's what they think is good. Schuyler Sanders, they think he's going to carry the day for them. Carnell Tate, though, wide receiver from Ohio State, precise routes, runs deep, catch the ball, great hands. I don't know what I'm talking about, but see on here on this list right here on this card by Dean, the Dean of NFL prognostications and analysis. Let's put Carnell Tate as wide receiver from Ohio State as the Browns pick. The Commanders, another NFC East team. Well, they're going to show a lot of love with their pick. In fact, they're going to show love literally. Jeremiyah Love, running back from the University of Notre Dame. This guy, he is good. He is good. I'm not sure how good, but I am certain that he is very, very good. Right, Dean? Dean is in the studio somewhere, drinking coffee. Jeremiyah Love. I love that idea. Running back. That's smart. They have a quarterback. They have an offense. Running backs are coming back in style. I say that's a really good choice. All right, the choices become less obvious going forward when you're starting to get to the 8th pick. Like and subscribe, everybody. Who's listening here this morning? Who here cares about the NFL draft at 8 o'clock in the morning here in Baltimore or in the world, the universe? If you do, like and subscribe to the greatest show and the greatest mock draft. You like a team with style? You like a team that has style, shows style, plays with style? Well, then you're going to love this pick by the Saints, who have been awful for a long time. In fact, decades, really. They are going to pick Sonny Styles. Wait a minute. He's a linebacker. He's from the Ohio State University. That is an outstanding choice. Now, here's a team that is among the smartest of teams. They are looking to shore up their defense, which is an outstanding defense, but they want to make it better. And they have the choice right here. The Chiefs are going to take Mansour Delane, cornerback. Now, in the NFL, traditionally, cornerbacks and safeties almost always hit. If you're in need of one and you pick it in the first round, it's almost a guarantee. This guy is a cornerback from LSU. I would say 100% will succeed in the NFL. Now, back to the edge rushers. They're ruling this draft so far. Another team in the AFC North, the division of the Ravens. The the Bengals. Another team known for making some very questionable draft choices. Not lately, though. They are going to choose Keldrick Falk from Auburn, edge rusher. Any relation to Marshall Falk? Don't know. Probably. That's a good decision. What is it? Eldridge Falk. Keldrick Falk. Edge rusher, Auburn. Going to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to get a quarterback until Mahomes returns, and they're going to be good again. The Kansas City Chiefs. We are an edge rushing society. This is a post pick your quarterback project NFL. A great pass rush means a great team. And with that being the case, with teams building up their pass rushers, the other thing that helps teams, it's all in the interior. And if you're going to be doing some interior designing, the Miami Dolphins here, they're rebuilding. They need an offensive line rebuild. They have a new quarterback. They are going to make what will be the steal of the draft, I believe. The man's name is Spencer Fano. He is offensive tackle. He plays for Utah. He will play for the Miami Dolphins. Right guard, I'm sorry. He'll play right guard, and then they'll move him to right tackle eventually. My bad. He's from Utah. He will be the steal of the draft. He will be an NFL star. Are we doing this right? Let's see. So the Dolphins have the 12th pick. Is that right? 11th pick. That's right. And they will make the best choice with this guy, Fano, because people don't respect Utah. But he will be magnificent for Malik Willis, the new quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. And they're having their new regime, new coach, and new general manager. And that is a great choice. Build from the inside out, as they say. Except the quarterback, of course. Now, it was my input that the Dallas Cowboys, the team everyone loves or loves to hate, but nobody's neutral about. My idea was they would make some weird jump for a quarterback, some weird leap of faith. But the dean has decided the Cowboys are going to be intelligent and make a no-nonsense choice. a brilliant choice, really, because as we said, cornerbacks and safeties almost always hit, especially in the first round. I think it might be a reach that the Cowboys will choose a safety in that at the 12th pick. That's what we got here on this piece of paper from the Ohio State University, right? Caleb Downs. And he's going to be ready on every damn down. Dallas might be improved in the NFC East. Dallas is a team that does have some talent, although they get in their own way. Caleb Downs can also play cornerback. He can turn that defensive defensive back for the Cowboys into an excellent one. They play some teams that throw the ball around, and they can pick the ball off with those other quarterbacks who are in the NFC East. He's projected to be an all-pro, but it's more likely that he will be in Akron. Why? Because he's buying new tires. No, he's going to Canton. Canton for the Hall of Fame one day. Okay. The Rams came very close. They came very close last year, getting to the Super Bowl because Matthew Stafford is really becoming better than he was earlier in his career, and he was always an outstanding quarterback. He's probably in the top 3 quarterbacks still up today, and one of the best. Last year MVP, and they got him a weapon, and so this is not good news for the other teams in that division. Jordan Tyson, a wide receiver from Arizona State. You don't think Matthew Stafford is going to be happy to hear that? I'm telling you, he's going to be awful happy to hear that. Have somebody. Is Tyson a deep threat or down the middle type guy? Both. He's great. Jordan Tyson, perfect choice of the Rams. Their offense will be even better than it was last year. Look out for the Rams. I became late to appreciating Sean McVay, but I have to admit he's an outstanding coach, and Matthew Stafford has had an incredible career. He's Hall of Fame. And if he wins another Super Bowl, he's got to be up there. His career will have to be up there as one of the great careers. We are coming now to the teams we love. Team that we will never abandon. The greatest franchise in NFL history. With all new coach and then general, not GM, but all new coaching staff, it's going to be a very interesting year for the Ravens. They have a renewed Lamar is going to be all jacked up this year. If he can sustain it physically, why, this will be a great year for the Ravens, I think. I say that all the time, though, so I may not be impartial. Of course I'm not, but I'm going to give some cheers. Their choice, this is very difficult. Of a guard, yeah, Olave, Olavega, Vega. Is that correct? The NFL draft names are getting harder, but that's who it is. He's from Penn State. The Ravens have been working on their offensive line. They lost their center, I believe. They need to really build that line for Lamar to not be having no time to pass or make decisions, and to have some room to run if he has to. He still can run. This guy, Olave Vega from Penn State, has not allowed a sack in the last 2 years, and he will be an immediate starter, a game changer. He will be a magnificent Baltimore Raven. Okay. So far, great. The Buccaneers. Defense. No good last year, right? How do you have bad defensive music? Okay. But they're going to get themselves out of the darkness with getting themselves out of the woods by going into the woods with Peter Woods, defensive tackle from Clemson. This guy, this MFer is mean as S. He is the top defensive tackle in the draft. A surefire starter. This guy's already making tackles. This guy's going to be great. Magnificent choice for the Buccaneers. Now the Lions are next. And the Lions, they have been struggling the last several seasons. They have one of the best offenses in the NFL, but their defense suffered a great deal of injuries. And even when the people got better, they weren't all that good. So they are going to be smart. They are going to choose a defensive player, another edge rusher in an edge rushing world. Akeem Nasidor from Miami. Miami is back as being a great feeder into the NFL players. And this guy is going to be great edge rusher. I can tell you now. The Lions really improve their defense. They'll be back as an important team in the league. They dropped a few pegs last year, and they have been struggling the last several years with their poor defense, but this is going to help. Now let us go to another team that makes dumb decisions all the time, no matter who they get. That is the Minnesota Vikings. They usually make terrible choices, but once again, you can't mess up cornerbacks and safeties in the first round in the NFL. The Vikings are getting Jeremiah McCoy. He plays for Tennessee. A cornerback, you see. They're not messing this up. He'll be good. That team needs so much. They'll probably not be very good no matter what they do, but hey, man, that's the best choice they're going to make. Cornerback from Tennessee, McCoy. So far, what do you think? All think about this NFL draft? Is this the greatest mock draft you ever heard? This is the greatest mock draft ever. I'll tell you why. Because this place, this town, like Nashville and Austin, are music towns. And New Orleans is a music town that gave us music. Baltimore, we are the birthplace of NFL mock draft prognosticators. Because the man who virtually invented the mock draft is from Baltimore. What's his name? Mel Kiper. Legendary Mel Kiper. Big Baltimore guy. Big Ravens fan. The guy speaks his mind, speaks truth. And really, Mel Kiper, the name is so iconic in the NFL draft discussions, but he actually is outstanding. I'm not just saying it. But in that tradition, we here in this podcast, we are part of that tradition. And we are saying that where was I? I was on the Vikings, the Panthers. Caleb Lomu, another lineman from Utah. An underrated program. The Panthers, another team who feels they're good at the quarterback position, I think. And as we say, you build from the inside out in the NFL. And an offensive tackle is a great choice from Utah. What it comes down to is simple physics. Teams are either building the irresistible object or they're building the immovable force. They're building a team that can rush the quarterback, which means is the only way you can make great defensive plays or meaningful defensive plays in the NFL these days. Or they're building a great line, which is the only way your quarterback can succeed. And that's in every era. So the Panthers are getting someone offensive tackle. And in that vein, we return now to more talk about rushers, pass rushers. The Cowboys. Cowboys love them some Southern boys. They love to choose from the South. And they're going to continue that. T.J. Parker, an edge rusher, Clemson. Once again, I break to tell you that our show is sponsored by Coke. And our mock draft is sponsored by the Adam Mockler Show. Adam Mockler. His debating skills are timeless. His intellect is timeless. But he may forever look like he's 14 years old. But he's a brilliant young man. But that's another story. All right. Cowboys. Cowboys seem to have a lot of draft picks this year. Now we're getting to where the decisions aren't easy. It's easy there. Safeties are guarantees. First half of the first round is pretty much you're safe. The decisions are kind of made for you. But now this is where you have to be an intelligent team to benefit from having a first round pick at this part of the draft. And the Steelers. Now, to me, and our NFL guy in the field, Dean, used to be Fez, feels that their choice of McCarthy was sort of maybe a peculiar step in the wrong direction. I don't think that they were prepared to lose as the coach of the Steelers last year. Mike Tomlin. I don't think they were uncharacteristically were caught unawares. That even though they were talking about getting rid of him, they didn't seem to have a backup plan, or they didn't get the person they wanted. Because I can't believe that they really wanted Mike McCarthy. He does not seem like a guy who's going to be there for 20 years. I mean, I'm not feeling it with that. But I could be wrong. Steelers often prove themselves smarter than the rest. Not lately, though. Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle from Georgia. That's who the Steelers will pick with this choice. Now, I guess I would say that maybe some teams would be making some more reaches with quarterbacks. And if there was a team that would, and of course, there's plenty of time to the draft for teams to be messing around with their choices and trying to move up or down or back. The Steelers, man, they really need who are they going to? Who's going to quarterback their team next year? Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers was no good last year. Let's face it. Excuses. Boo to Rodgers. And odd that the Steelers would think that. But maybe, if nobody's there, nobody's there. And if nobody's available, nobody's available. Which gets me to another decision that I'm going to get to at the end when we talk about the Dolphins' last pick. The Dolphins, well, let's just go there now. There are not a lot of great quarterbacks around. There aren't eight good quarterbacks in the league. There's maybe six good quarterbacks in the league. And the rest are mediocre, and the bottom third are awful. It's famine in the NFL for quarterbacks. Now, they're just not around. Who is it? Matthew Stafford is awesome. He's going for Social Security pretty soon. Lamar, he's awesome. He never plays. He gets hurt all the time. The same with Joe Burrow from Cincinnati. He's one of the greats of all time, but he's always hurt. Patrick Mahomes is struggling with injuries. He's on the downside. He cuts it out. Yeah, he's as smart as ever, as resourceful as ever. He's one of the greats of all time. But he's on the way on the down. Who are the next great? Bo Nix? I mean, really? I don't know. It's it's a very sparse supply of quality quarterbacking in the NFL right now. And I bring the Dolphins up because they did a great deal to get rid of their quarterback, who's probably, in the middle. And they celebrate getting a guy who's Malik Willis, who's only started a couple of games, and they feel that as a great turn for their team. The guy wasn't even a starter on the Packers. Jordan Love is good, but I don't know if he's consistent enough to really think that this is a great quarterback. The bottom line is there aren't a lot of great quarterbacks in the league, almost none, and very few who play often enough. I'm talking about Lamar. The Bills, they have a great quarterback. Josh Allen, yes, is a magnificent quarterback, one of the greats. He can do a lot of incredible things. But that team took way big step back. They took themselves out of their whole narrative of reaching any kind of success by actually seriously putting it out there that they were looking for Phillip Rivers as a head coach, and they got rid of Sean McDermott, who maybe, yes, that's okay, they've gotten rid of, but they've stumbled since. So poor Josh Allen is not going to, I don't think is not going to hit the potential or even go higher than he has. That's just a statement on where we are as far as these legendary quarterbacks that we like to have in the league. He's stepping back. Lamar never plays. Burrow never plays. Mahomes, he's down. I can't think of any. Stafford is, he's getting up there. But that's another story. The Chargers. There's another Justin Herbert, another bust. Nobody will say it, though. But they're going to give him a weapon. From USC, he's already out west. He doesn't have far to go. Makai Lemon. He will be no lemon. He will be a success. Maybe Justin Herbert will be able to throw the ball downfield. The Browns, offensive tackle from Clemson, Blake Miller. That's a solid, smart choice. The Bears, trying to build up their defense. Maybe the Bears will surprise. Caden McDonald from the Ohio State for a defensive tackle. Not bad. The Bills, another Allen, C.J. Allen, a linebacker from Georgia. Good as choice as any. Caden the Dr. Proctor for the 49ers. They always need help in their line. He's 369 pounds, Caden Proctor. He can bench press what, you say? He can bench press 500 to 600. You know he's good. He's Proctor. Squats over 800. He's going to be building a wall there. And they need it. Caden the Proctor is never going to need to see a proctologist. He's from Alabama. And so He's going to be good. The Texans, a tight end here. Some offensive talent here. Like it. Kenya Sadiq, tight end from Oregon. The best tight end. Maybe he won't last as long. But he's from Oregon, he'll be good. Edge rushing, Malachi Lawrence. UCF? What's that? University of Central Florida. Malachi Lawrence for the Kansas City Chiefs. Edge rusher. And finally, the 32nd choice, right? Oh, no, there's two more. There's three more. The Dolphins, they have to rebuild their backfield defensively. The best player available. Best player, best price. The Dolphins are trying to rebuild, and they have an interesting idea that they have a 5-year plan, which you don't really have in the NFL. But since that's what they're going by, 5-year plans usually turn into 7-year plans that don't pan out. But this is a good idea. Safety from Toledo. Well, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. So good. They named him twice. I mean, they gave him 2 last names. He's going to be good. A safety. You know, if you got a good safety, you got a good defensive backfield because every team has deep safeties who makes why don't see bombs in the NFL anymore. His name is Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Not a bad idea at all. The Dolphins are having a good draft this year. Now, the Patriots, a wide receiver. If you look at the Super Bowl, they had a terrible day. Drake May is not that a quarterback that should play like that. And you need some weapons. And this is a good one. KC Conception. That is an outstanding conception. What about Ty Simpson? Oh, I missed it somehow. What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I must have messed up. Ty Simpson for Alabama. I missed it. Quarterback. That's actually a good choice for the Jets. My apologies. I missed what might be the steal of the draft. I guess I was being so negative towards the Jets that I didn't even think of that. I missed it. I missed the choice that was written on the paper. I can't read, you see. All right. That's the draft. Wait, did we say the Seahawks? The Seahawks, the defensive team, their last choice will be Avion Avion Terrell, cornerback from Clemson. Good. Very good. Now, since I messed up about the Tyrell Simpson, I'm going to go to some of the quarterbacks available in the draft because everybody loves quarterbacks in the draft. These are the top 5 prospects according to the so-called experts. We had Fernando Mendoza being chosen by the Raiders, and we had Ty Simpson being chosen by the Jets. And those are good ideas for both teams. If the Jets don't pick Simpson as their second pick, but the Jets will probably get Simpson, and that's a good. He's a rhythm and timing passer, they say. Of course, Mendoza, he's seen as elite, and he's seen as comparable to Joe Burrow, in which the high comparison. If that's what he does, that's who he is. The Raiders are going to do themselves well. Ty Simpson, he might be really good. You got to have 2 good quarterbacks will come out of the draft, right? Those 2 guys will, I think, succeed. Simpson seen as very accurate. I blew the whole thing by missing that choice by the Jets, which really could help them. Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. He might be a find. He's known for his incredible arm strength and for his ability that he bounced back from injury. In 2000, he has great toughness. He'll stand in. So that's another guy that name will come up, at least if not in the first, high in the second. 6'1", 200 pounds. Okay, that's not good. But if he has a great arm, doesn't have a great arm. It says that he has known for his elite arm strength. Now here's a guy may come up. Carson Beck from Miami. He's already had 43 starts in college. Yeah, but might be a third or fourth round. 6'5". It says he's noted for high football acumen. That means that he can't throw and he can't run and he can't read it. He can read a deep. That means that one day he'll make a very good NFL coach or a backup somewhere. Okay. This happens a lot. Drew Aller, Penn State. Massive arm strength. Broken ankle late in 2025. But he has the size. Everybody's afraid of the injured quarterback, and rightly so. Look at all the teams that have been burned. And let's see. Some people interesting in the quarterback, while we're seeing quarterbacks that we see coming up here, is that a lot of good quarterbacks, some good quarterbacks decided not to enter the draft because they probably did not want to go to the Raiders or the Jets, which makes them very smart. Arch Manning from Texas. He'll be probably the #1 pick next year. Somebody named Dante Moore from what team? Oregon. Dante Moore. He's going to be next year. Nico Lamalivia from UCLA. He stayed with the Bruins. He's going to stay with the Bruins. See, all these guys, they're going to stay, but they're probably going to barely play next year just because they want to avoid Raiders, Jets, Cardinals. They don't want to be on those franchises, and they don't want to cause drama. So actually, you have to say they're pretty smart. What about Lenore Sellers from South Carolina? He's returning for the Gamecocks. Is he good? So he's smart. Dean says he has to develop more, so staying another year for South Carolina is smart. Now, let us go to the list of. Did Kyle Murray ever find a landing spot? Oh, Kyler Murray is going to Minnesota. Maybe he'll do much better there. He probably will do much better than he has done. That team will find a way not to take advantage of it, but Kyle Murray is in the Vikings. Malik Willis is another top free agent. He's going to play for the Dolphins, and he'll probably do pretty well. Rodgers is going to be with the Steelers, most likely, almost definitely. Maybe he'll rebound. Who knows? You don't know about him. He's got to get away from MAGA. Then maybe things will be magnificent. If you stop being a maggot, things turns out better for you. Geno Smith. He had a bad year, but he played for the Raiders. He might be okay for somebody's backup. He's another guy that just talents never got realized because of couldn't find the right team, right town. But he might not be a bad backup quarterback, or he's going to come in on a team who needs somebody towards the latter part of the seasons when quarterbacks start getting hurt. Geno Smith. And of course, the quarterback who mysteriously draws more hatred than any quarterback in NFL history for reasons that no one really ever knows. Tua Tagovailoa, played from Miami. He's going to be paid a great deal by the Dolphins to play for the Falcons. He's probably going to do quite well because he'll be playing inside a dome. He'll be playing inside with a team fan base that doesn't have this bizarre hatred of him. Someone one day has to do a study on why Tua Tagovailoa was so abused and bullied by his own team, and then eventually by his fan base. Just hated. Like he was psychologically bullied out of a career in Miami. Despite that, he had a lot of success anyway. And he got hurt a lot, but come on, everybody's getting hurt. The The Falcons will be paying him something like $3 million. The Dolphins will be paying him something like $1 billion. And just the idea that he'll be being paid by the team that hated him and really abused him. Seriously, someone's got to write a book about this. The bizarre hatred of Tua Tagovailoa by the Miami Dolphins. Brian Flores is not right in the head, and Mike McDaniel, he one day will be good, but he doesn't have the ability to be an NFL head coach. He didn't really know how to use them. The fan base, the media, just a weird fetishistic hatred for Tua. And that is a very weird story. So I guess I would say I hope that he succeeds in Atlanta. I think that he might. I don't see Atlanta as being a big team, but I think he will have, as far as he plays, great numbers. So that's the draft. The story of the draft is that there's not a lot of great quarterbacks. There's one great quarterback, Mendoza, and Simpson might be a great quarterback one day, but he's going to the Jets, so that might not be all you have to hear about that. Edge rushers and offensive linemen, which is how you build a team, especially if you can't find if there aren't quarterbacks available, and there aren't. I mean, it's a bad quarterback draft, and it's a bad quarterback, just a bad quarterback field that actually does start. I mean, I think, 10 years ago, half these starters would be backup quarterbacks. It's just, that's the way it goes. It's in a cycle. At one time, there were like 12 teams with quarterbacks who were either proven great or were on the verge of greatness. I'm talking about the era when you had like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning were starting, and Phillip Rivers, who, he had great numbers. It was a great regular season, and Aaron Rodgers were like the second not Rodgers. He was first tier back then, but Phillip Rivers was second tier because he had so many great quarterbacks at one time. Now you have very few great quarterbacks. Some of the quarterbacks who play now are at their best better than anyone who ever played. I would say that Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes, when they are at their best, are, yes, truly incredibly elite, of the all-time great. But they're big picture, because with Lamar and Burrow, it's injury. And Mahomes, it's injury. And Allen is just, man, he fell into the wrong team now at the wrong time. All right, that's all there is for this mock draft. All this could change tomorrow. Well, there's no great free agents out there. There's no compelling reasons for teams to make big moves up, as far as I see. But I'll go to the Dean. Dean, who do you see besides Mendoza? Who do you see as the best player in the draft? The player that teams might try to move up to get, besides Mendoza or Simpson. Besides those two, who do you think would be the next one that people would try to move to get? Who is it? Reese might be somebody. Caleb. Caleb Downs, who you say is going to be for the Cowboys, might go higher than that and might turn out to be Kyle Hamilton. That's fair. That sounds fair. Okay, everybody, like and subscribe. All right, everybody, hold on. We're going to do a little, see if I can do a little. I just want to go through something real fast. What about the best running back available? All right. This year's draft. Love from Notre Dame is the consensus number one. Best running back. Comparisons to Saquon Barkley. 4.36 in a 40-yard dash. Emmett Johnson from Nebraska. A day one starter, they say. Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas. Power back. Fumbles too much. Jonah Coleman from Washington. Another big guy. These guys will all be second-round picks, right? Jadarian Price, Notre Dame, second and third round picks. Jeremiyah Love will be the only first-round pick, but these other guys might make an impact on some teams. That's the thing these days. Nobody wants running backs. Nobody wants to be a running back's first team for some reason. Well, good reason, because a very strange position. It can really make your team, but these guys' careers can be awful short. The top free agents: Kenneth Walker III. Where did he go? Brees Hall and Travis Etienne. Did they go anywhere? Any of those guys? What about James Cook and Javonte Williams? Did Javonte Williams re-signed with the Cowboys? Cook, did he re-sign with the Bills? He didn't move. Travis Etienne, New Orleans Saints. He signed again with the Saints. Brees Hall remains with the Jets. And Kenneth Walker III. So everybody signed their big running back. And Devin Achane, who's one of the best running backs in the league, in the top 3 or 4. He's probably going to get extended for the Dolphins. High upside sleepers to watch, according to PFF, is Robert Henry Jr. And from UTSA, I don't even know what that is. Utah State University. What's UTSA? TSA Robert Henry Jr., running back. Oh, that's University of Texas, San Antonio. All right, he might be somebody that'll pop up there as a running back. But these are all second, third round picks. That's where all the quarterback reaches, running back, day one starters, and wide receivers also. Teams know that to turn around their entire identity, you have to have a great line or a great defensive line. All right, who are the best wide receivers in the 2026 draft? Cornell Tate, we already talked about. Ty Lemon, we talked about. Jordan Tyson, did we say would go in the first round? No. Yeah, for the Rams. These are all top. These guys will all be great. And Denzel Boston will probably go high in the second round. He played for Washington. Omar Cooper from Indiana. He'll be a second, third. He might be a good second receiver. And a guy named Chris Brazell II from Tennessee and Tulane, a 6'4" burner with 4.37 second 40-yard dash time. Not bad at all. Okay, that's what we think. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a historic moment in the world. It is the worst stand-up set in the history of the world. So we're going to show some of this because it's so horrible. And it shows you that, you can be an a-hole and be funny, but you have to be very funny. You can't be an a-hole and try to be funny and not be funny, or you're so horrible. And so with that, we show you this cringe.
He's going to join the cast. How are you? Thank you so much for being out here.
Here's Rob Schneider. He walks out. First of all, you see his green screen, but you also see this looks like a Saturday Night Live sketch. Not as funny, but as the audience. There's 8 people on his left side.
Appreciate it. Well, I'll tell you, something happened when I was able to get lunch. I just got off.
Okay, this is a skit about a Mexican guy he's going to turn in who didn't serve him a good lunch. He's dressed like a prince. I mean,
back to Mexico. She's not here legally, please.
And then mother-in-law joke. Look at this set. You've got the cameraman. First of all, the camera person is using a VHS camera. You can see the monitor. They're trying to count them off. You see the green screen falling apart, and you see the 8 people, and they're all standing, and they have lanyards and name tags, and they're praying for his set to end. Okay, he's making a mother-in-law joke here.
El Presidente Trump, don't take my mother-in-law back to Mexico. She's not here legally, please. Her name is Maria Reyes Gonzalez. She lives at 311 Nelson Avenue. She's 4'11", 293 pounds. She's there right now. I'll help you pack her shit.
Mother-in-law jokes. Okay. They were stale 100 years ago, but that's all right. Let's go more into this historically. The worst stand-up set in so-called comedy history. This is not comedy. Let's see a little more of it.
This is going to sound terrible, maybe a little racist. So I won't say it because you guys are all filming this. But let me see. I had some points. I just got back from Hungary, where the Hungarian Donald Trump, Viktor Orban, is there. He's a great guy.
Okay, so in one sentence, he talked about one dictator, Viktor Orban, being a great guy and making it a positive to compare him to anyone, and to try to be a compliment to compare him to for Donald Trump, a comparison which the comparison is just that they're both wanna be authoritarians who their countries are rolling over for, but some of the most despicable people on earth. And if you see this picture here, even the guy here, the guy here in the camouflage, he's already sick of it. And he's looking off camera here for Snyder's historically horrible set to end. If Rob Schneider wasn't such an asshole, you would almost feel sorry for him. But so Viktor Orban is good. He's not saying that to be funny. So he makes fun of a Mexican server at the restaurant, a mother-in-law joke, and then positive about dictators.
And it's an amazing free country.
It's an amazing free country. Okay. Yeah.
And it doesn't have the what the rest of Western Europe has. They've managed to keep that country free, and I hope it can maintain.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that is so sick and sad. I don't even think we'll have to even pass through that. But let's see.
That's the first stone. After that, in the Chinese version, Jesus kills her himself. It's incredible. So,
Look, they're
is that
trying to
Nick
get him off.
Shirley over there? Nick? That is. Is that him?
Trying
It's
to.
not? Oh, it's Alex Stein. Okay. I can't see without my glasses. But yeah, so
He's doing so poorly. He's looking for the guy who's supposed to take his place because he wants to get off stage. All right, more.
that's pretty remarkable. What else I wanted to tell you?
Guys looking at his notes.
Bill Gates. It came out that Jeffrey Epstein said in those papers that.
All right, Bill Gates and the Epstein files. Of course, he just 2 seconds ago said how great Donald Trump was, and Donald Trump basically is the Epstein files, and that is so stupid and so obviously embarrassing that these folks here. Well, this fella can't move because he's kind of put in his chair. These folks are grimacing, and this is the CPAC crowd, and they can't stand him. All right.
But at least those things down over there, those yoga pants, viruses can go right.
All right. Yoga pants.
How clever you are. Honey, I just made you a new smoothie.
All right.
Not that.
Now
I
you
don't
get
get in
notes
trouble.
again. Get in trouble.
All right.
You won't.
What's it
Well,
showing?
there's
No.
people walking by.
I
You're
can
not
do
even
it. You
looking at
can
him.
do it.
You can do it.
Thank you. Well, are we gonna have
He keeps looking
Are
over
we gonna
for
have
his.
Xander Doyle here? We're gonna have a little talk. We're gonna ask some questions for people. Have a little discussion. You guys want?
He keeps looking. This is the first comic in history looking for somebody to take his place to rescue him off stage. This guy, man, he deserves this ridicule.
Do that now?
Look at these
Is
people
Andrew
walking
here?
past.
Are we gonna do that, or are we gonna do that after?
Please, somebody else, some other act, come up, help me.
We'll do it after. So what's gonna happen now?
What's gonna happen?
Oh, you got music next.
You can do
You
it.
can do it. I already did it.
For like the third time during this set, someone said the "You Can Do It" reference because they are ridiculous. They are making the hecklers are ahead of them, making fun of that. That's the only his big reference. So you can do it because he had a friend who wanted to put him in movies. I'm sure that friendship has come to an end. You can do it. That was the third time that a reference was made to that stupid trope or whatever you want to call it. And he's doing a stand up. You see here the green screen. This show, this set, this is more painful to watch than one of the episodes of this show. Look at this green screen in half. His name here. This suit. The crowd. The people who are in pain in the audience. And okay, let's see the merciful end of this.
You did it. And anyway, so let me see if I have something I wanted to tell you. That was important. Oh, I'm going to come back up here with a couple of guys, and we'll go over some of the stuff that's happening in the country.
In the country, he's going to come back.
And what we need to work on is
what we need to work on. How about your set? You can't work on your stand-up set. You don't have one. And this guy makes. God, this guy. This is about as horrible as it gets. He echoed himself
next
stage.
So who's going to come up and do some?
Please, somebody come up, please. Look at the poor guy coming over here. The poor bastard has to tell him, you got to get off stage now.
I'll introduce it next. John Mellis. What's that? Or I'm going to sing for you. So who's it? I will. You guys come up here. We're going to have music, and then I'm going to come back up. And
he gets booed off by the 8 people who saw him behind these curtains at a CPAC convention. So that's what happens when you go MAGA. They don't tell you that. All right, everybody. The worst stand-up set of all time. Glad to have been a part of it. Okay, everybody, like and subscribe. Watch this NFL draft. We're going to try to go to Pittsburgh for the NFL draft this year. We're going on the road, damn it. Austin, Pedros Negras, Baltimore, New York. We're going to add another city to the great list of cities who have been visited by late night Baltimore. All right, everybody, that's it for me. We thank Dean, formerly known as Fez. And we wish you all a great Tuesday. And the same cycle is happening. It's happened all this month, all over the weekend. The Mad king himself brags about how many people, civilians he's going to kill, and how much infrastructure he's going to destroy. Then Monday it comes out, oh no, we're working on some kind of peace deal, so the markets fluctuate and all his friends benefit, and it'll be like that. Meanwhile, all week they'll be dropping bombs on Iran, and then Friday it'll be, keep the markets calm, and then over the weekend it'll be more threats about the end of Iran and all the people who live there. So while thousands of innocent Iranians are murdered, the Trump and his buddies make a lot of money by effing with the markets. And actually, having us lose a war, and we're the United States, and then asking for like a third more in defense spending when it's our military is very behind the times technologically, can't deal with not droids, a 50% increase in the defense spending when we can't stop drones, and we don't know anything about the world of drones, and we abandoned our ally who could have helped us with a great updating our technology, Ukraine, because they're at the cutting edge. That country has held off the largest country, one of the biggest military. They've held off Russia for 5 years now because of their smarts and their technology and the technological advancements in their weaponry. Their drone use is so ahead of so advanced, and we could be working with them and making our military as advanced. It's sad that we are behind the times when it comes to technology in the military, and we're going to take that outdated military, who is not winning. We're not winning even a war. We're losing a war militarily to a Middle Eastern country because they're using drones. And then we want a 50% increase in the military to cover up the fact that we're losing. And a lot of threats and a lot of people dying. And MAGA continues to roll. One day, you'll all be sorry that you did it. No, you won't all be sorry. Most of you won't care, or even will think you did that. This is all good. That's how lost you are. But a lot of you will publicly pretend that you had nothing to do with this when you did, even though there were a lot of people who tried to say something and tried to do something about it. So you're gonna have to live with that. It won't bother you, but you still have to live with it. On that dour note, the Orioles were victorious last night. They play this afternoon. I feel nothing but positive about the Orioles. So they're 4-6, and they haven't played They haven't played very well for what they have yet. So that's actually pretty good. But that's enough of me talking. Like and subscribe if you would. Tell all your friends if you have friends. If you don't have friends, you should make friends. Tell your family if you don't have family. Well, we're your family now. The community known as Late Night Baltimore, the LNB network. Fez is gone. Dean is here.
that's the update from here in downtown Baltimore. Just a couple of miles away from both Camden Yards and MT Bank Stadium. Okay, everybody. Have a great day. MAGA, F MAGA, to MAGA, and we will see you. Put in comments as you thought the show or the choices. They're actually all the greatest choices these teams could make, but we'll see what happens. Okay, everybody. Talk to y'all soon.
Big Rooster.